Hi, it's Corey, and today you're gonna learn how to play You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan. All right, let's just jump into it. First things first, make sure your ukulele's in tune. That's gonna be a G on the 4th string, a C on the 3rd string, an E on the 2nd string, and an A on the 1st string. In total, we'll have 9 chords in this song, and just so you're aware, we're not going to be taking the key change. I tried coming up with like as many different transpositions of this song, but basically every single thing that I tried, when the key change happened, the chords were just not beginner friendly. Kudos to Phil Collins, because I mean, like, it's such a great song, and actually a lot of the songs from this movie are very similar, where they're not like really beginner friendly, but this was the most beginner friendly I could possibly make. If after this tutorial you would like a version of this with the actual chord change, I could just do the actual chord change in a playthrough video, so make sure to comment down below if you want a version of this with the actual key change when you get back to like the 2nd chorus. But if you're happy with this, continue watching. So the first chord we're gonna be using is a C major. To make a C major, you're gonna take your 3rd finger, place it on the 1st string, 3rd fret. We're also gonna need to know an F chord. For that, you're gonna take your first 2 fingers. Your 1st finger is gonna go on the 2nd string, 1st fret. Your 2nd finger is gonna go on the 4th string, 2nd fret. We're gonna need to know a D minor. What's nice about this is actually from this F major position, you could just place that 3rd finger down on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, but if you want it to build it up from the beginning, your 1st finger, it's going on the 2nd string, 1st fret, your 2nd finger is going on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and then your 3rd finger is going on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. The next chord's a G. For that, you're gonna take your first 2 fingers to start, and then on the 2nd fret, your 1st finger is gonna go on the 3rd string, your 2nd finger is gonna go on the 1st string, and then your 3rd finger here, it's gonna go on the 2nd string on the 3rd fret. You're also gonna need to know an E7. Now, something of note, whenever you see an E7 in this song, it actually calls for just an E, but if you've been keeping up with the Disney Ukulele Challenge, I actually talked about why I changed it to a E7, and it's mainly just because the E is like one of the way more difficult chords, and even though it's like just an E and it's pretty common, it's a pretty difficult chord to play. So typically, if I can, I'll either actually change the key or I'll just make it an E7 if it still fits. Now, the difference between an E and an E7 is you are adding another pitch into the chord. So normally with the E, you have 3 pitches. With the E7, you have 4. So this E7 works really well with this song. So I'm gonna show you how to make that now to make it a little bit more beginner friendly. All right, so to start, your 1st finger, it's gonna go on the 4th string, 1st fret. Your 2nd finger is gonna go on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger is gonna go on the 1st string, 2nd fret. You're also gonna need to know an A major. For that, you're gonna take your 1st finger, place it on the 3rd string, 1st fret, and then your 2nd finger is gonna go on the 4th string, 2nd fret. You're gonna need to know a D major. For that, it's gonna take place all on the 2nd fret here, but you're gonna start with your 1st finger on the 4th string, your 2nd finger on the 3rd string, and your 3rd finger on the 2nd string. You're also going to need a F sharp minor. Now, if you look in some lead sheets, it actually says a G flat minor, but a G flat minor and F sharp minor, it's the same thing. It's something called enharmonics, which is just like a different way that you can say the same chord. So I like thinking of it personally as an F sharp minor. However, technically in the key that we're in, it is a G flat minor, but just so you know, I'm writing the F sharp minor just to keep it more simple for us. Okay, so to make that, it's the same chord shape as a G7. So this is a G7. That shape, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and then move a string over, okay? And that's that G, or the G flat minor, or as I like to think of it, is the F sharp minor. To build that, you're going to take your 1st finger, place it on the 1st fret, 3rd string. Your 2nd finger is gonna go on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and then your 3rd finger is gonna go on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. All right, right, and then also we will be using the B minor chord. So for the B minor, you're gonna take your first finger and then you're gonna bar on the second fret across strings 1, 2, and 3. But you wanna make sure, just like how I was talking about with that D flat minor, you wanna make sure to omit the top string this time, or the G string rather, and you're just gonna strum on the third, second, and first strings. Just like that, okay? If you do strum that fourth string, it won't be the worst thing in the world, but it's not really in the chord. So remember just that the easy version of that is to bar on the second fret with your first finger and strum those top 3 chords, or the top 3 strings. Finally, you're gonna need to know a D flat minor. Now, what's kind of, I think it's a little difficult when first approaching it, but something that's totally difficult, or totally doable. What this chord is you're taking your first 2 fingers here, so your first finger on the first fret, 4th string, and then your second finger on the 3rd string, 1st fret, and this is the actual chord. However, you're omitting this first string, okay? It's a little bit difficult initially when you're strumming to not hit that first string, especially if you're still working on making sure your strumming is really even. So what that sounds like is this. Now you notice, and I don't know if you can see it from this far away, I'm not strumming this bottom string. So if it makes it easier to think of, if I were just to strum up, that's that D flat minor, but you have to be able to do that strumming down, because you can hear, if I just strum all the strings, it works. It definitely can work, but the ideal strum that you're trying to do is, and you know, if you need to, you can just do a little glance to try to make sure you're only getting those ones, but you want to make sure to avoid this first string because it's not really in the chord, but that is that position. If it's something that you're still figuring out, don't really stress about not hitting this strum or not hitting this string. The way I like to think of it is I am purposely trying to not hit it or not go super hard, because when I go harder like that, you can hear that getting strummed. But if I'm going lightly, I don't hit it, okay? So those are all of the chords we need. Let's talk about the strumming pattern. So for the very beginning part, until the first chorus, we're gonna be doing the really simple finger picking that I often use in a lot of the tutorials that is like super beginner friendly. You're gonna take your thumb and then starting on the 3rd string, you're picking thumb, first finger on this 2nd string, and then your 2nd finger is plucking the 1st string. So you're going thumb, 1st, 2nd, 1st, thumb, 1st, 2nd, 1st, thumb, 1st, 2nd, 1st, thumb, 1st, 2nd, 1st. And then with the actual chord, it sounds like this. So counting wise, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that 3rd string is like really like your home that you're trying to think of. So the very beginning would sound like this. Come stop your crying, it will be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. Change chord. I will protect you from all around you. Change chord. I will be there, don't you cry. So you can see with that right hand, you're just doing the picking pattern, and then with the left, you're changing chords like normal. Once you get to the chorus, you're gonna be doing a down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. No chucking. I think it kind of, the vibe doesn't really call for a chuck. If you wanted to add a chuck, you could do down, chuck, up, chuck. That would be really easy as well. But for the playthrough, I'll be doing just down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Just to review, we're doing the finger picking pattern up until the first chorus, through the first chorus, all the way to the very, very end. It's the down, down, up, down. okay? And then at the very, very end, we're gonna be playing an outro, repeating the just look over your shoulder, that part where we're just going to be playing on the chord changes. So the first time through, it would sound like this, just look over your shoulder, just look over your shoulder, just look over your shoulder, and I'll be there always, okay, like that. The second time playing through that, we're going to just play on the chord changes. So it would be just look over your shoulder, just look over your shoulder, just look over your shoulder, and I'll be there always. And then we'll end the song that way. I think this song is really nice. It's kind of that combination between almost like a lullaby at the beginning to then turning into like a power ballad when you have like the full Phil Collins experience, but then kind of coming back to that like really comforting thing, because that's what this song is all about. I'm gonna pull you closer so you can see what I'm doing with the finger picking, and let's give it a go. 1, 2, here we go. Come stop your crying, it will be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. You'll be in my heart. You'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart. No matter Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder, and I'll be there always. All right, I hope you found this tutorial for You'll Be in My Heart helpful. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I have new tutorials every single week for the ukulele. On top of that, in the month of July, I do have that Disney Ukulele challenge going on, so you can find all the details about that in the description box below, in addition to a PDF that has a whole calendar map of every tutorial that's coming out for this month. If you notice there that there isn't a tutorial for a song that you love that's a Disney song, make sure to comment down below, and then I can look into trying to make an easy version of that song for you. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you learn this song and play it for someone special. I know Tarzan has like a very special place in my heart from my childhood and stuff, so I absolutely love this music. I hope you did as well. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.